Good job first. Ice me out, ice me out, ice me out, nigga, ice me out, ice me out, ice me out, ice me out, nigga, ice me out. I want Tiffany, I want Angel City, I want all that shit. Y'all know I be stunting.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Nikisha Vlogs. I'm here today. I'm going to do a little story time. I'm not going to do a vlog today. I started a vlog earlier this morning, but the way my day went, I'd rather just tell it in a story time than to show you guys what happened. So, this story time is, well, first off, I'm sitting here with my baby girl. I'm not going to show her on camera yet. Yeah, I'm just not. If you follow me on social media, you'll see her on social media. If not, then sucks to be you. But today I'm gonna tell you basically my labor and delivery story and the aftermath of that. So on October 18th, okay, I'm gonna start here. October 17th, the day before my birthday, I was on the phone with my sister. Well, earlier that day, me and my boyfriend went to eat, and we went to grab the last little things that the baby needed for the hospital, and make sure we had everything for the hospital bag for when baby got home. And when I got home, we both cleaned, make sure everything was clean in the house, because the following day I had a doctor's appointment for them to scrape my membranes, because that Sunday was my due date, which was the 21st, and he didn't want me to go past the 21st. So, that night around 10, I say, I was on the phone with my sister, and she, we were talking or whatever, and she's like, I'm going to tell you happy birthday now, because I don't know if I'm going to have time to call you tomorrow. So, I chopped it up with my sister for a minute. Excuse me, sorry guys, trying to hold my phone here. I talked to my sister for a minute, and then we were talking about, she's like, you're not having no contractions? And I'm like, no, I'm not having any contractions. Nothing's going on. I don't feel like I'm going into labor anytime soon. So hopefully what the doctor do, will work. So around 11 o'clock, I ended up falling asleep on the couch in the living room. And then around midnight, my boyfriend comes to wake me up, and he said, hey, come get in the bed. And then when I got in the bed, he was like, happy birthday. And I was like, oh, thank you. I didn't realize it was my birthday, already. So we were watching a movie, but I ended up falling asleep. So I'm going to say I was asleep 30 minutes later. So, 12:30, I was knocked out. About 2 in the morning, I woke up because I started having contractions, but I didn't think they were like the real thing. I just thought, oh, maybe I'm laying uncomfortable. They weren't really hurting me. So I had decided, I was just like, okay, I'm going to try to go back to sleep. But then they started getting stronger. So then my boyfriend woke up, and he was like, why do you keep moving? And I'm like, man, I think I'm in labor. He's like, what do you mean you think? I'm like, I think I'm in labor. I think I'm getting contractions here, but I'm not quite sure. So he gets up, he takes a shower, he gets out the shower, he starts timing my contractions. They were like 6 to 10 minutes apart. So then he was like, why don't you get in the shower, and then, so if your water breaks or anything, we could be just ready to walk out the door. I'm like, okay. As I'm in the shower, my water breaks. So I'm telling him, my water broke in the shower. So he tells me to call the hospital. The hospital out here, I called the hospital. I won't say their name, but if you live in my area, in the Yuba City area, you know which hospital I'm talking about. So I called the hospital, and I'm telling them my contractions are 6 minutes apart. My water broke in the shower. Did you guys want me to come in now or, wait? They said to wait until my contractions were 3 to 5 minutes apart. So I said, okay. Me knowing that that's not normal. Once the water breaks, they're supposed to tell you to come right in. But they didn't. They told me to wait until my contractions were 3 to 5 minutes. I said, okay. So I sat at home. I got dressed, put some clothes on. And I was sitting in the living room. And at about this time, it's about 4 in the morning. And then the contractions were about 5 minutes apart. So we went to go put the stuff in the car, and he was like, "Do you feel like are you ready to go to the hospital?" I'm like, "Nah, not yet." So we went to the laundromat. I know, funny part. We went to the laundromat. We washed a load of clothes that I needed to have washed for when the baby got home. And then, so that took like an hour. I sat at the laundromat, and then by the time we got done drying the clothes, at that point, I knew I was real. If I wasn't 10 centimeters, I was close. Because I felt like I needed to push. So my boyfriend rushed home. He dropped the clothes off, and he grabbed the car seat, and then we headed to the hospital. At this point, it was about 7:30, 7 or 7:30 in the morning, somewhere between there. So we head to the hospital, and he runs into the emergency room to grab a wheelchair for me because I could not walk at this point. The baby's head was like literally like coming out, and I felt it. I had pants on, but I felt it. So, excuse me if I keep staring off over here. My baby is sitting right in front of me in her little bassinet, and I want to make sure that she is okay. But anyway, so at that point, he had to pick me up and put me in the wheelchair, and I was halfway on it because I didn't want to sit all the way on my butt because the baby was like out, and I didn't want anything to happen to her. So as I get into the emergency room, the emergency people are like, "Oh, what's your name? What's your birthday?" I'm like, "Look, I don't know nothing right now." So my boyfriend's telling them like her birthday is today, and he told him my birth year, and then he's like, "Her name is this." He goes, "Name Nikisha, blah blah blah." And so I'm telling them like, "Please get me upstairs. The baby's head is right there." They're slow moving their feet, and I'm telling them, "Get me upstairs or wherever I'm supposed to labor at because I have to get there. Like she's coming out." So after the third time of me telling them this, they finally decided to take me upstairs. So I get upstairs. At this point, I'm screaming my head off because it hurt so bad, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I was like, "Oh my god, like this needs to be over. I don't care if you guys give me an epidural at this point or whatever you got to do. If I got to push her out, I don't know what you got to do, but something got to happen because it hurts too bad." At this point, my legs locked up on me, so I couldn't even like walk or anything. So I get upstairs, and the nurses pick me up and put me onto the bed, and they're all scrambling around trying to get things set up so I can push the baby out. But I'm telling them I gotta push. Like I can't hold her. I got to push. So they're like, "Okay." So then the one nurse is like, "I'm just gonna stand here. Go ahead and start pushing." So I didn't even have my legs up in the little stirrups. I pushed twice, and whoop, there goes my bundle of joy. She comes sliding on out. At this point, it is 8:04. My baby was born October 18th, 2018 at 8:04 in the morning. Now, they cleaned her up. They wiped her down. I did the little skin to skin. When they first come out, they make you do skin to skin and all that. Did all that. I get an IV. They put all my little ID bands on me, the ID bands on her. They do what they have to do with me. And then they ended up transferring us to a new room. By the time we got to the new room, I realized at that point that my baby sounded like she still had the amniotic fluid in like her lungs or something. So I was like, she's breathing like she's congested, like like she needs to cough. You know how you sound when you have to cough. You hear that rumbling in your chest, like you have to cough something out. So I'm telling them like, no, I think my baby, like you guys need to suck her out, a little bit more because I hear it in her chest. And they're like, "No, babies do that when they first come out. Give her a minute. Let her, give her a minute. Let her, she's breathing on her own now. You're not breathing for her. This and that." I'm like, okay, I waited. That was 24 hours go by. She still sounds the same way. So at this point, I'm like, no, you guys need to really check my baby. Like something's really going on. Like check my baby. And so the second day goes by, they're all still telling me the same thing. By the third day, they decide, oh, a new pediatrician came in to see the baby. And he listens to her chest, and he goes, "I got to take her downstairs. She needs to be sucked out." I said, "I've been saying this for 48 hours, and they act like I didn't know what I was talking about." So he was like, okay. He said, I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to take her downstairs now. He said, I don't even understand how she was eating with all this fluid in her lungs. I'm like, I'm just saying, like, I knew what was going on. Like, thank you. So I was pissed off because it took him that long. Like, what if something would have happened to my baby? Like, at the end of the day, she could have, anything could have happened to my baby. Anything. So at this point, I'm like, whatever. He brings her back upstairs and he's like, I got all of it out, but I want to monitor her one more day just to make sure that I got it all out, because sometimes you can't hear it, right away. I said, you know what? Not a problem. I'll stay here another day because I want to make sure that she's fine. Lord knows I wanted to go home. I hate being in hospitals. The food was nasty. I just couldn't do it. So I was like, yep, I'll stay one more day. So the next day comes, he comes back and he checks on her 3 times before we left, and she sounded amazing. Yes, she did. Now, when you have a baby, they're supposed to thoroughly examine the baby from head to toe. From head to toe. Okay? They're supposed to check the heart, listen for certain things, like, check their eyes, check their hearing, make sure they got all 10 fingers, 10 fingers, 10 toes, anything. Okay, so I go home. I take her to we went home on a Saturday, so I had to take her, to her 2-day appointment on that Monday. No, it was a Tuesday, I think it was. Either Monday or Tuesday. Anyway, so the doctor looks at her. He was concerned about her weight because she was only 6 pounds, but she was full term. So the doctor was like, come back in 2 weeks. I want to check her weight. Everything sounds good. Great. He was like, he said, yeah, everything sounds good. So he said, I just want to make sure she's gaining weight. We came back in 2 weeks. And she went from 6.5 pounds to 9 pounds. No, she was 7 pounds. 7 pounds. Yeah, she was 7 something. So she had gained like a pound. So he was like, okay, good. So then I just recently, this past Monday on the 28th, the 26th, whatever day it was, Monday was. And I took her to the doctor's for her normal checkup. And I thought she was getting, for a 6-week checkup, I thought she was getting shots, but I guess they don't do that. They do it at 2 months out here. So, I bring her to her appointment. La, 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 la. He goes, oh, Miss Mackins, did they tell you that your baby has a heart murmur when she was born? No, they did not tell me that. He was like, yeah, because she was supposed to go and see a specialist. I said, was it in the computer for her to see a specialist? Because no one's called me to set up any appointments, and no one's told me about this heart murmur. He was like, no, but she needs to go see a specialist. And I'm like, so is it that bad that she needs to see a specialist, or that's just the protocol for you guys to do? Send her to the... He says, both. I'm like, okay. So, do I need to head over to the specialist now, or they're gonna, what's happening? He was like, no, I'm gonna send over a referral for you to go to the specialist. They should be giving you a call to set up an appointment. Okay. So, what do I do until then? He goes, I'm not quite sure. Just hold off. Just, keep doing your normal routine until you see the specialist. Great. That doesn't make my mind any ease. Hopefully your kid's okay. So, I get the call yesterday to come in today to go see the specialist. Not a problem. I'm there bright and early with bells on. We were there from 8 to about 11 o'clock today. And indeed, she does have a heart murmur. It's not as critical as the doctor made it sound. The specialist said it was in the right spot. Like, it's not like in a wrong spot where it's going to cause her to be on medication or have any operations done at this moment. But he said it's small enough to where he feels like it's going to close. So it'll close on its own by her first year of life. So I was okay with that. That put my mind at ease. But there is a vow or valve, however you say the word, in her heart that is supposed to be circled. I'm gonna do the hand motions how he showed it to me, so hopefully you guys understand. That is curved. It's supposed to be curved, but it's triangle, and it's not supposed to be like that. But it is properly giving her heart the right amount of blood on the right side and the left side. So, um, so he's concerned, but not really concerned. But if it turns out, I have to basically have to go to a couple more appointments to see if make sure her blood is flowing correctly and the numbers of the blood, how the blood flow was coming out. It's supposed to be, they're all supposed to be the 4 or 5 points where the blood is coming out. It's supposed to be at a 5, but it was the 2 at the top were at 15 and 16, the 2 at the bottom were at 10, and then the 1 in the middle was at 5. So we have to get them all down to 5, and that's what he wants to do. So if they don't do it on their own, within the next couple of months, she will have to have a surgery, which I'm not looking forward to. So, which could have been which could have been possibly taken care of if they would have said something at birth. So now I have to go back on Monday to get a heart monitor put on her for 24 hours, and then I have to come back on Tuesday morning to get it taken, or for them to read it, and if there's anything that is abnormal, then she has to continue to wear it. So this is my life. At this point, I wouldn't recommend anyone to deliver at this hospital. I was warned beforehand, and the only reason why I did not make it to Sacramento to the Kaiser that I wanted to go to in the first place was because my doctor was here in Yuba City, and I didn't have any labor symptoms prior to going into labor, and I had a doctor's appointment on the day of my birthday at 10:30 that morning. So the plan was to go to the doctor's, have him scrape my membranes, and then we were going to hop right on the freeway to go to Sacramento, and we were going to, stay out there until the baby was born. That was the plan. But that's not how things happened. So I ended up having to have the baby out here because that was that. The hospital out here did so many things wrong to where there's a part 2 to this story time, but that involves me at this time. But I'll get into that on another story time. But this one right here, like, honestly, I feel I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I'm stressed out, just for the simple fact that, like, this could have, I can't say it could have been avoided because she was born with it, but if I was aware from birth, we could have been taking care of it, and, you know what I'm saying, I could have been doing my research, or, I'm like doing my research, but getting information from the doctor at the same time, so I'm kind of like trying to soak it all in a short period of time, because I want to make sure that I'm accurately caring for her the way she needs to be cared for. You know what I'm saying? And I also found out today that she has acid reflux, which can trigger something in her heart as well at this young age, which my oldest has acid reflux, but I didn't find out she had that until she was around 4 or 5. So I know how to handle that part as far as a toddler and up, but I don't know how to handle it as an infant. So he had to explain to me what to do, how to, when things happen and this and that and all that. You know what I'm saying? I might have to change her milk. Just a lot of things might have to change in these next couple of days or these next upcoming weeks. I was looking forward to going back to work, but if my baby's health is not 100, I probably won't be returning anytime soon. So we'll have to see what that's about, what's going to happen with that, because I want my baby to be safe. I want her to be healthy. If she does have to go through an operation, I need to consider that. what's going on, what's best for her interest, I need to get a second opinion, stuff like that, it's a lot going on. So, I don't know, I guess we're just praying for her, and just, she doesn't act weird or anything like that. She's a happy baby, she just doing her little baby stuff. But our main concern, honestly, is just, we're just frustrated that the hospital didn't thoroughly do what they were supposed to do. Honestly, like, they didn't really do what they were supposed to do. My oldest was born with jaundice, and when she was born with jaundice, even though it wasn't like a high level of jaundice, they still kept her in the hospital for almost 2 weeks under that little light. This hospital doesn't even have a NICU, so if something was like, if my baby was, was born with pneumonia or something like that, or something life-threatening, they would have to transport my baby to Sacramento, which is 30 minutes away or so from here. Who knows if my baby would have, who knows, like, if it would have went that far, if she would have survived getting there, you know what I mean? So that would have been a whole nother stress for me. Like, this is things that I have to look at and realize, and, like, put to thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to think about these things, because this is my life. You okay? Ooh, bless you. So, this is my story time. If you guys have dealt with this situation, any parents that have dealt with the situation, or if you were born with a heart murmur, or if your kid was born with a heart murmur, or their heart was a little bit larger than normal, because hers is, if you have any advice, drop it down in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. There's going to be a part 2 to this. And yeah, I'm going to try to do some vlogs. I want to do Vlogmas, but I don't really get out much. It is cold with a newborn, so we'll see how Vlogmas goes. But I'm pretty sure I'll be doing something. So yeah, I think I am going to do Vlogmas. I think I am. So, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on social media. My social media is, for Instagram, is keep_smiling88. And I don't know, what is my Snapchat? I don't even know what my Snapchat is. But I'll put it all down in my description box. And don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. Because my first 100 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. So, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back with another story time.
Look, my bitch is all bad, my niggas all real. I ride in his dick in some big tall hills, big fat checks, big large bills. Run out, flip like 10 car wheels. Cold ass bitch, I give raw chills. 10 different looks and my lips so kill. I kiss him in the mouth, I feel all grills. Heat in the car, that smells on wheels. Woo! I was born to flex, yes. Diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets, I like more than sex, but nothing in